Oh, this is Joseph Billings and welcome to my channel. Today I just got out of seeing A Bad Moms Christmas, the sequel to the surprise hit A Bad Moms from last summer, which is a film I was pleasantly surprised about. The trailers just made it look like a disposable garbage comedy, and I didn't really have that much interest in it, but I went to see it and it was hysterical. I loved the dynamic between Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, and Kathryn Hahn. They work really good well together and have great chemistry. And I laughed a lot. And so I was naturally excited for the sequel, but also nervous because I wasn't sure they could make it as good or as funny as that first one was for me personally. And I gotta say, I really dug A Bad Moms Christmas. While it's not as good as the first one, I still really had a great time with it, and it's a really good time at the movies. While this one, the has was slightly less funny than the first one for me, it still had a good amount of laughs, and the new additions of Susan Sarandon, Kristen Baranski, and Cheryl Hines in this movie worked as the moms of Mila Kunis, Kathryn Hahn, and Kristen Bell worked really well, even though there isn't a ton of depth to them. And they're kind of one-dimensional, but they still worked really well in this movie. And I gotta say, I really like that Christmas time feel, and it's nice to see everyone, the main characters from the first, back together again. And while there, my one complaint I have is there isn't as much of the three of them together as I would have wanted. Well, we do get to, when they are together, they work great and they still have excellent chemistry and are hilarious when they're together. This time around, we do dive into more of their lives and their relationships with their mothers. And I gotta say, for the most part, that did work for me, particularly Mila Kunis and her mother, and Kathryn Hahn and her mother. And while it's not particularly deep, I did feel like some goosebumps and did feel some of the emotion while it's not super deep. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed A Bad Mom's Christmas. While it's not as good as the first one, which really caught me off guard and was hilarious, I still had a great time watching A Bad Mom's Christmas, and I could see myself watching it every year around Christmas time as kind of annual comedy classic, annual for me personally. So it's definitely worth checking out, and I'm going to give it a B.